Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Public Speaking Quick Tips. My name is Scott Stafford, and be sure and check out our website. We'd love to have you check us out at publicspeakingsecrets.net, and check us out on Facebook as well. I'll put the links down below. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about body language. Body language is so important as a public speaker, especially if you're a new speaker. Standing, looking confident is very, very important. One of the things that we do when we start out a presentation is you're just going to take a few minutes and just kind of scan the room. Before you even lay into your presentation, you take that space on stage. Stand there and look like a rock. Don't be looking like a caged lion. I see especially so many new speakers that they start out. Pay attention to your body language. Pay attention to your movements. You don't want to be stiff, but you do want to stand confidently with a smile on your face. Think pretty pictures. Think pretty pictures. If anyone in the audience at any time were to snap a picture of you, what do you look like? Don't ever turn your back on the audience. A great visual that you can use, if you've ever been in a hospital and you've worn one of those hospital gowns that are open in the back, you don't ever want to turn around to your audience and show them the back of your hospital gown, right? So pretend you're in a hospital gown. But make sure that when you're speaking on something that you're standing and looking confident. Don't get in the habit. Now, it's fine to move. What I recommend is that you stand in one spot and you tell them your story, you tell them whatever it is you're speaking of in that little moment, that little bit that you're talking about. And then when you're going to move on to another subject, it's okay to walk around and move to another part of the stage. But boy, when you're going to stop and make a point, you want to stop and be a rock and be solid and speak to them. And watch out for the body language as far as fidgeting. Sometimes people don't even know what to do with their hands. And so they'll put, and I have a habit of doing this sometimes, I'll put my hands in my pocket. Don't be closed off. Don't be closed off when you're speaking. You want to be open when you're speaking. So oftentimes one of the best things I can do is I'll just put my hands in a little bit like this, and I'll just kind of put them down right about belly button level here when I'm speaking, and that allows me to use my hands when I'm talking. But that's kind of the home base where they always go back to. Sometimes people have their hands down at their side, but I like to have my hands right up here in the middle. So it's a great home base to put your hands when you're speaking to a group. Okay, you can see I can move my hands. It's a great spot to go to. Be careful of fidgeting. Fidgeting with your clicker, fidgeting with maybe you're using a whiteboard, fidgeting with your pens. I've seen people fidget with their feet. You can't see my feet right now, but they're swinging their feet back and forth like a 4-year-old sitting on a swing. Or having that caged lion syndrome where you're just pacing back and forth when you're speaking. So be a rock, stand confident, chest out, head up, and be open. Be open when you're speaking. Look around the room. Use eye contact. Sometimes people talk about, picturing people naked. That's one of the worst things you can do. So look at people in the eye. I've heard other people talk about look over the tops of their heads and look back at the room if you're nervous. I think that's the worst thing you can do. You want to focus on making eye contact with somebody. If you're a little bit nervous, find somebody in the room that you can focus on, make eye contact with, and speak to them for a second. And then look over to somebody else and speak to them for a second. Put a smile on your face, and they'll smile back to you, and that kind of calms the nerves a little bit. So body language is very, very important when it comes to public speaking. Hope that helps. Definitely get out there and practice. There's nothing you can do better than actually getting out and speaking in front of people. So hope that helps. See you in the next video.